Hello everybody, Flick here, and time for yet another Let's Look At. This time we are looking at SpellForge, a game by Michael Louis, I think that's how you say her name, I didn't write it down, apologies if that's wrong. An indie game that's being kickstarted at the moment, and what you are about to see is pre-alpha footage. For those of you who don't know, pre-alpha is a step before what is considered a playable build that can be tested, feedback received, etc. Pre-alpha is more like a proof of concept, showing off some feature or innovative mechanic about the game, and just specifically when a Kickstarter is involved, gives people an idea of what they'll see, but better if the funding is received and the game is worked on. So what we have here is a game that's described as an arena shooter, but it has a strong focus on making your own spells, and what you might think of when I say that is Magicka, I guess. But Magicka is a bit different in the sense of you're given preset elements, the spells are kind of preset, you just have to remember the combination you have to put in to do them, and then you can kind of just play with them a little bit. Like say you could mix a fireball with rock and you would fire a meteor, for example. You know, it's technically not proper customization, whereas the whole thing with SpellForge is you totally customize everything you have access to. So I'm going to press on my spellbook here. I've already played through the build once. There's not much in it because, as I say, this is pre-alpha. And I made a spellbook of 5 spells. Well, in fact, I'll show you in a second. I'll make a fresh spellbook. So if we go into this one, and this is what we are presented with. There is 4 elements: fire, water, electricity, and earth. However, in this pre-alpha, there is only fire and water, which is a shame because I would prefer probably running fire and electricity, judging by how I play RPGs and whatnot. So the spellbook has 5 slots, and we basically just create our own spells and put them in. I assume the full game will have some form of limitation, so you can't just make super ultra mega kill everything on the screen spells without any kind of penalty. The only penalty at present, I believe, is the recast time, and that is based on the number of spell points the spell costs to craft. So right now we've got a basic flame arrow. I'm not 100% sure what every one of these symbols means, so bear with me. But I think that's just that makes it kind of like a penetrating dart. That makes it a giant flame. That's like a ranged AoE, and then I think we have a pulse. Yeah, pulse is around you. So I kind of like spreading fire. So let's say, yeah, we'll stick with a pulse of flame. Now damage types. Let's see here. That's a pulse. Well, I'm already on pulse. What else do we have? We have wave. I'm not sure if that means I have to point in a certain direction. And then we have cyclone, squall. That's another word for storm, and nova. Nova sounds impressive, but it's also got a massive recast time. Assuming that's what that means. I'm in my other book I made, the spell that I put the most effort into in like picking the best options, it seemed to take the longest to recast, so I assume that's what it means. But fine, okay, we'll make one really like mega spell and then one really weak one. Size. Sovereignty? Okay. And then channeled optional. Oh, you can make it channeled, in other words, you can press and hold. Hallowed Hell Sanctuary of Sovereignty. And then there's enhancements. What is this? That adds burning. That adds molten. I've made like the most ridiculously overpowered fire spell. I'm going to run with it. And then, just to show the opposite side of things, we'll make a really weak one. So we'll do like a pyro slayer. We'll make it just a burst. Range. Medium range. Size of burst. Grand. Grizzly. I like the sound of grizzly. It doesn't seem to change. It does actually. It adds 5 to the spell points. No, we'll leave that small. We'll leave it small. And then channeled optional. What is that? Let's make it a shower. If it's channeled, it actually lowers the cost. I assume that's because you have to stand still. We'll leave that off. We'll leave it off. And then options, burning again, and dragon. Burning and dragon. That makes it too expensive. I wanted this one cheap and cheerful. There we go. That's nice and cheap and cheerful. And then we'll make a water spell. What kind of water spell will we make? Some kind of arrow. Yeah, misty arrow. A misty missile. A misty cannon. A misty blaster. Let's try missile. Let's do maximum range. Multiplicity. Optional. Forking. Cleaving. Breaking. And then what? The angle? No, I just want like a railgun shot, I think, for this one, so I won't bother doing that. Explosive. Optional. Of the ancients, of the titans, of the gods. Let's do of the ancients, and then I think I can make it heal me, but that would be silly because it's range. What does this one do? Blinding. It would blind enemies. No, I'll keep that one fairly cheap. And then I will do a self-heal maybe? Rejuvenating Splash. And then make it font, well, pillar, font. Make it small, make it not channeled. Healing, okay, and then shall we make some kind of ridiculous water one? Let's do like a massive slayer. Let's just go nuts with this one. Won't bother making it channeled. So I don't think this is the most cost-effective build you could make. I think I'm going to be running around a lot without any spells, but alright, that's saved. We'll go to exit. Would you like to return to main menu? Yes, I would. And we'll jump into the only current mode available, which is, I'll make that one, which is survival. At present, pre-alpha, etc, etc. Get used to me saying that because I want to hammer at home what you're seeing here is not a game meant to be played. It's more showing off mechanics that will be improved upon once funding is received. And if you're interested in backing upon what you see here, the Kickstarter link will be in the description box below. So we'll jump into survival. We will do medium. And then we just start. Now this is arena-based shooter, so zombies are going to flood in from the various sides. I am using WASD to move very slowly, and the number keys respond to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the bottom. And that's my health below that. I'm not sure what the bar below that signifies. So here comes some zombies anyway, so what's my first spell? Oh, okay, I can't move when I do that. And it makes fire from the walkover. Okay, see, this is the fun, I think. I mean, once you've made your spells, you need to see what it does. Okay, so that's just like a blast of damage, and this is a railgun shot. Ah, it didn't go through them all. Okay, and then I think that was the heal. That was the heal. And then this one is... Okay, hang on, I'll try and get a few of them together. That was damaging. Now let's see how long all these take to recharge. Yeah, this one isn't too bad. So there isn't much more to the game, casual bebop, to see other than this. I mean, zombies are just going to keep on flooding. Eventually they're going to wear me down. Excuse my dog barking in the background. She is opposed to zombies. Let's try using the heal. Oh, that's the heal. I kept on meaning to press that. There we go. Oh, yeah, he got me there. And I think I got a level? I'm not sure what that means. Burn. That doesn't seem to do as much damage as I was expecting it. Notice that the very first spell we made, the ridiculously powerful one, it hasn't even recharged yet. So that just shows, I think you've also got to try and find a balance between hard-hitting spells that you can't use very often and spells that you can use often which aren't necessarily very damaging. And there's zombies over there that seem to leave behind green sputum. So if funding is received, the number of enemies will be improved upon. Obviously, I assume that the arenas themselves will become better. It's always going to be a top-down. I think that's what he was aiming for. Let's do this railgun shot again. Thank you very much. So it could take a while for them to kill me, and unfortunately there's no actual music outside of the main option menu, so I would understand if you find it slightly boring what you're seeing now. I found far more enjoyment out of making my own spells and then jumping in quickly to see what they did. I wasn't 100% sure what they were going to do, and then you would go back out, experiment again. I'll see what happens if I can fill up that bar, assuming I survive that long. Well, if I keep on getting that spell, I definitely will. Oh, this is such a cluster of them. Oh, I see, that's just building up levels, because it's went to level 2 now. Okay. Burn. Oh, my big nasty's back. I should have waited until all those other guys were over, but wow. Oh, oh. I wonder if there's a run button. Nope, shift doesn't run. I should have made that one a forking spell so that when it hits something it forks off in whatever direction I chose at 90-degree angle or 180. But yeah, I don't have much more to say about the game because, as I say, this is pre-alpha. This is proof of concept rather than what you would expect the final game to be like. If you are interested, I'm certainly interested in the concept of crafting your own spells from the ground up, with the only restriction really being the element of the spell. I think the amount asked for is $7,000, and I think the Kickstarter ends at the end of August, so there's a month to get about 6,000 still of that total. And I encourage anyone interested to go check the link in the information box below. And also, if any indie devs or people putting their games on Kickstarter are listening after seeing this, do what Michael did. He got in touch via YouTube message. You can also just email me at flixgamingstuff@gmail.com and I will respond. I usually have the time to at least try a game, although I can't promise I always have time to produce a video on it. I mean, I definitely had time to do this one because I knew it was going to be quick based on what was here. And I'm going to end this, but not until I get that massive fire spell one more time. I'm going to walk next to that big cluster and I'm going to murder them all. Get away from me. I'm going to walk over this and see how much health it takes off. No, not much. It's the same as getting hit. Come on, recharge. It's almost ready. And then I'm going to walk next to them. And then I'm going to murder the horde. Oh, no, get away. Come on, recharge. Recharge, damn it. Oh, that also damaged enemies around me as well. I don't actually know if that is healing me. I might be wrong about what that rejuvenation thing does. It really needs to recharge now. Really, really, really. Come on. Oh no, I'm stuck. Quick, come on. Yes, okay. Just let it surround me and burn. There we go. I got about half the horde. Oh, and then the fall off is... Oh, it's because it's channeled. If I don't move, it channels for a little while. Okay. Well, there we go. That was SpellForge pre-alpha. Kickstarter in the link below, etc. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Let's Look Ats as well as other nonsense that I produce on a daily basis. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.